VCR Podcast with your host, Vish.
They're just bastardizing our childhood and the classics.
Chris.
Nintendogs drove me. It's what makes me want to hurt people.
Radical.
People in general still bitch about everything. It still doesn't change.
Let the podcast begin.
Hello, everybody. Happy International Podcast Day. I almost said Happy Podcast Day. I'm like, that's pretty vague. This is the VCR Podcast, the only podcast that predates itself in the moment when the title is spoken. More radical, at least at some point, screws up some sort of an intro. But alas, it's a minor screw-up compared to the usual one. So we'll take this one in stride on this,
We'll take it. We'll take it as a win.
Quieter day than usual. Little quieter.
Quieter week.
I mean, there wasn't a $7.5
I'd
billion
say.
sale this week, so, you know, we don't have nearly the crazy shit that we did last time, that's for sure.
Yeah, pretty hard to top last week.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to top until we get the consoles finally, so. Or at least, I guess I should say, until Chris gets the console finally.
Yeah.
He's like,
Go me.
did something. But it is what it is. We will push on with a relatively light news week, but I do have a bit of a surprise for these two that they have not prepared for, so we'll have some fun towards the end of the show as Chris finally reveals his OnlyFans account.
Finally, I've been waiting to just tell everyone. Oh, it's so good. Gonna be so good, guys.
Yeah.
Dude, you've had that for weeks. Oh, it was private.
Oh, no.
until now.
We're talking about the real OnlyFans account.
Yeah, that one was just a tease. This one's all taint.
Would you say that one was a cock tease?
I would indeed.
Well, sexual innuendo aside, we'll talk about what we've been doing for the last week. That is not just been sexual innuendo. I'll quickly go ahead because I might as well finish up with what I did. I completely bum rushed the rest of Man in the High Castle, so I'm completely done. 4 seasons in the can since Friday of last week, so it took me, 10, 11, 12 days-ish? Week and a half, basically.
And how do you like it?
So as a full review, I mean, without spoilerinos here, because there would be a lot to talk about if I was going to go in that route.
Oh yeah.
Without spoiling it, well, like I said the last time we talked about it, last week, I should probably just said last week, that would have made more sense. The show starts off slow in the first episode, but as soon as that first episode's over and it gets you the little curveball at the end, it's an endless supply of curveballs, an endless supply of guessing games, and an endless supply of what the fuck is going to happen next. And the entire 4 seasons continue like that. There were a couple moments specifically in the middle of the entire show that I went, whoa, okay, I was not anticipating. There's one person who gets killed off in that show that I was not anticipating getting killed off when they did. Not to mention, really, the fact that it's a show that is very bleak and yet finds a way to keep itself being just uplifting enough that you don't get completely depressed watching it. Because, I mean, let's be honest, a real world that is just ruled by the Nazis is not the most, the most happy thing in the world. So, you know. I know it's crazy to think that like the deaths of every race other than whites is a little depressing. I know. I know some people out there might think otherwise, but
what are you talking about? The debate last night showed that doesn't matter.
oh
at
sweet
all.
Jesus, don't get me fucking started on that.
Oh, don't. I'm sorry for bringing it up, but it was too perfect.
Yeah, it's
Fuck Trump.
relevant.
Moving back on to Nazis. Actually, speaking of Nazis, the Man in the High Castle. But yeah, the show as a whole, like, I'm trying to think of which season I probably like the most. In all honesty, the last season is probably the one I like the least, but not because it's bad, but just because in comparison to the other 3, there's nowhere near the amount of mystery to it. It's pretty much a resolution. So the whole thing that links me into the show is the holy fuck, what now? And by the time you get to the 4th season, you've pretty much like tied up a lot of loose ends. So for the most part, you're walking in being like, okay, it's just this one thing that's going to happen. And that's about which all you're looking for. The other 3 seasons are just fantastic. Honestly, probably the first season, just because there's so much mystery about where it is. And once it starts to really tip its hand by the end of that season and you start really understanding what the show actually is, because it isn't just a show about Nazis and the Japanese taking over America. If it was just that, it would still be pretty good, but it has a lot of other things it does not tell you even remotely about until the very end.
You have no idea going into it, and you're like, wait, what? This is that kind of show? Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
I mean,
is this Firefly?
Yeah, and the other thing that I was talking to Chris about, in private, is that honestly, the one thing that I really, because I've also been texting the shit out of him with everything that was happening, he would get just random what the fuck messages once in a blue moon. Or
Those
like a lot of guessing, which none of them are right. I'm very mad that I was never right on anything that I guessed, which made me very cross.
No, that means it's a well-written show.
That is true.
I feel like I would enjoy this more than The Expanse.
I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. The Expanse is an overall better. The Expanse is still easily a better show to me. But if you're more for like the I don't know what's happening next stuff, oh man, the High Castle without fucking question. But yeah,
I think Vishal, just because you're not as much into like sci-fi and stuff, and this is much less sci-fi than The Expanse.
I think shows wise, I'm never really been into sci-fi television shows. I never watched Star Trek. I never got into a lot of sci-fi shows like Firefly,
Expanse isn't necessarily
Babylon
like 5. Star Trek that kind of epic. It's more of a political struggle sort of series where it just happens to take place in space with some sci-fi elements into it. Yeah, The Expanse. It's really you could almost say it's the beginning of I guess a Star Wars or a Star Trek before all the crazy space travel. It's in the early stages of them trying to figure out how to establish government around that.
Yeah.
But going all the way back to where I was, what I was saying to Chris that I really like the most about Man in the High Castle is that, honestly, I don't think there's a single person on that show that stands above everybody else. Because, I mean, with most shows, you're like, okay, I love that person the most, or I love that person the most, or that person's the best one. I look at Man in the High Castle, and I think they have a cast of 10 to 15 people that are consistently really good, and no one shining above the others, so you don't have that, no matter what, as long as this person's okay, you don't care what happens to the rest. No, you're genuinely interested in every single character along the course of that story.
Yeah. You want the good and the bad guys.
That's amazing because that's very difficult to do because with a lot of shows, especially ones that have an ensemble cast like this, it's very difficult to focus on anyone besides possibly a big 3 or big 4.
And not to mention that there are villains that you feel aren't villains and then go back to being villains again, and then you're still thinking but maybe there's a redemption in this one, and they just do it again, and you're like, oh, okay, now it's time for him to be good, and he goes right back to being a villain. It's fucking crazy. No one's clean. The whole point of that show is to tell you that, look, this is about life and death, and this is two different sides with two different ideologies. They don't give a fuck about civility anymore. So they're all doing shady shit and dangerous shit. One of the most, and this is a wrestling term, one of the most babyface or good guy characters literally kills a shit ton of people at one point in the show.
Yep.
So it's even the good guys are not clean of a lot of blood. So, and I mean, not in the sense of any show, I don't know, say a Game of Thrones where everybody's getting their friggin' limbs chopped off at the speed of light. But in this case, there's real weight behind the few times that these guys for a moment take away the good guy persona and go straight into, no, fuck this, I'm gonna do something really bad here.
Yeah. God, I miss
that honestly does.
I mean, if I'm really gonna make you watch a show on Prime right now, I probably should just push you into High Castle first. Now that I think about it,
I actually would. I also think reason I'd probably go to High Castle first before The Expanse is because with the High Castle, it's done. There's nothing to wait for.
That
you
is
can
true.
Just watch it.
That's a good point. That's a very good
with The Expanse,
point.
With The Expanse, there's a few seasons, at least one more season coming, where with this is done. This is you see the entire journey at once.
No, I mean, they could always change their mind and just be like, hey, psych, season 5's coming. But because they definitely left themselves an opening without spoiling the end. They definitely left themselves some room to move if they wanted to. But I think it was probably just a matter of okay, well, the funding was probably done, or maybe some people were just like, I'm pretty good for a while. Because I mean, what they did with this show, I think it's only like one book that it's based off of, and I don't think the book goes nearly this in depth. So
No, I don't think it does.
I don't think so either, because to make a show about one book with 4 seasons is actually quite challenging, because you have to really stretch out the story. Like for The Hobbit itself, they made it into 3 movies, and a lot of people are like, people familiar with the book who have read the book said, "Oh, I see where they did it," but a lot of us is like, how do you stretch one book into 3 movies?
I mean, Tolkien books sometimes are like a fucking 1,000 pages, so I don't know. There's some room.
Actually, from what I hear, I've never read the books. Chris, have you?
Yes, I read The Hobbit. It is short. I read it in like 4 days.
Oh, am I thinking Lord of the Rings? Is that why?
The Lord of the Rings trilogy,
okay,
which came out after, those are like 1,000 pages each.
Okay.
The Hobbit's like 300 pages.
So
total.
I'm mixing up my stuff.
What I hear about the Lord of the Rings books, I'm not sure if it's the same with the Hobbit. Is with the Lord of the Rings books, it's a lot of descriptions. It's describing a lot of what the environment looks like and what the creatures and characters look like.
So it's perfect for cinema because there's all the fucking overarching shots. It's perfect.
Well, that's the thing. It's with the Balrog that first demon Gandalf, where Gandalf says, "You shall not pass." Everyone who saw it said, "That's exactly how I pictured it to look like," because it was so descriptive that there's so much description that the story kind of is like a half element as opposed to what the descriptions are.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird, but it again, what you're saying with cinema, it allows it to display it the way it was intended.
So yeah, like if I was to give Man in the High Castle a rating, I'd probably give it a 4.5 stars if we're doing the old TV cinema rating system. Otherwise, a 9 out of 10. It's definitely one step away from being perfect. The only reason I'll say it's not perfect is, or at least like a 10 out of 10 score, is that the ending for me, and this is me personally, I'm not saying it's a bad ending. What I'm saying is for what I expected to see in the end, it was not. So I was a little deflated by what happened at the end. It's not a bad ending, just wasn't what I was thinking it was going to be. But it's still a great show.
Is it because it wasn't a complete ending?
No, it was definitely complete. Like the major loose end that was left, they finished. So it was just a matter of the way that they they end the show in the last minute isn't quite what I thought you would do given the stakes and given what happens just before it. It just kind of
felt like it needed one more episode.
Yeah, it does feel like it needed like almost like a like when some games have that like extra like 10-15 minutes after the credits roll and they just show like what's everybody up to, right?
Yeah.
Kind of almost like a victory lap sort of deal. But either way, I'm still not complaining about it. It was a fucking great show, so.
Okay. No, and I think I will probably actually I'll wait till my turn and then I'll
Well, we'll just spend the next little while being like, Vish, man, the High Castle, because we just figured, well, fuck, Expanse is now being relegated to second, so.
Fuck, we need new T-shirts made. Oh.
Good thing we haven't told the supplier not to make the 2,000.
That's true. 2,000. I ordered 2 million.
1 million T-shirts.
Otherwise, just to quickly go over like what I've been doing. Otherwise, for whatever reason, and I have no idea why, I've got back into The Sims 4 for some reason, just as like a bridge game.
That I'm not. I wasn't expecting.
I fucking love Sims games just because I love creating.
Yeah.
So I've just been kind of tinkering with that. Nothing too special. It's a nice game to just kind of go back and remind yourself how fucking terrible life actually is and how unrealistic The Sims is, because you actually get paid, get promoted, and actually make a decent amount of money, and shit doesn't cost a shit ton. You know.
I think I'll avoid The Sims for the time being.
Yeah, it seems like not a good time to do that. But yeah, that's about it for me. So since Vish was being like, oh, I'll wait till my turn, why don't we just fucking skip on to him and go to Chris? So Chris, what have you been up to this week?
I knew it. I'm like, I think I can take a sip, but no, I can't. But I'm doing it anyways. So
you started your
you guys are
OnlyFans.
familiar with? Yeah, I've started my OnlyFans. It's all close-up shots. No, I'm kidding.
Fucking fantastic.
So do you guys are familiar with Humble Bundle, right?
Not as familiar
Like
as you are, and your
online
Steam library is, but yes.
Yeah. So somehow I finally started to play a game that I got out of a really good Humble Bundle back in 2013.
Oh,
Madden
Jesus.
2020.
It was the
Yes, in
No,
2013.
Madden 2020 would not be in 20.
I mean, you
Yeah.
probably still played it. It was just called
I got-
Madden 12 at that point, but you know.
Yes, exactly. But oddly enough, it was the EA Origin bundle.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of
So
what
this,
EA Origin. Can I guess?
NBA Jam remake.
yes, you can.
So you said 2013 Humble Bundle and it's EA related, right?
Yeah, it's Origin. It was called the Origin bundle. So it was them trying to promote their Origin launcher, even though most of them were still Steam keys.
Mirror's
EA.
Edge.
Oh.
Yes,
Ugh.
and that's actually the game I was playing, and that's the game I've been playing and beat. But there was others that you can keep guessing.
Oh, I don't care. I got one right. I'm sticking with that and running away. I'm taking my poker chips and leaving. I won the first hand.
Madden 2014.
There was no sports games because there was no
okay.
sports games available at the time on PC. They came
EA
after.
games on PC around that time. Shit, that's where it's really on my element because I wasn't even paying attention to PC gaming back then.
Yeah. I've got
So it's-
nothing.
Yeah, it's funny because you'll hear it and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that." So Dead Space 1 and 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I heard they're awesome.
They're
As much
scary.
as I don't like
I'm
horror
not-
games, Dead Space is still pretty good. Like Dead Space is
Yeah,
a
I
pretty
got-
solid like third-person shooter horror.
Yeah, I watched a lot on Twitch.
Actually-
I couldn't bring myself to do it. I was too scared. Back then.
I go back
could
and play
probably
it
do
if I could
now.
have the foam finger.
Foam finger.
I think I've probably mentioned it on this podcast way in the past, but there's a I don't know if it's unlockable or if it's something you buy or I can't remember, but I can't remember which specific Dead Space game it is. But it's this giant red foam finger, and it's pretty OP.
Like from sports.
And every time you shoot it, it doesn't make a noise. It's literally your character going bang. So if you quick shot it, all you hear is bang, ba bang, ba bang, 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 ba bang.
That is
so
awesome.
good.
And if you ever wanted to
Yeah.
take away the horror aspect of a game, you shoot things with that. So,
Yes, that would actually be how I'd need to play it so that I can be a little less scared because it's a freaky game.
It actually is legitimately scary.
Yeah,
oh
it's like
yeah.
a horror game. Oh yeah, like
Oh,
you go to a
okay. I
space
thought it
station
was-
taken over by creepy ass shit, and it's you alone trying
It's
to get out of there.
quite terrifying.
One
Yeah.
cool thing about this, the main character in that game, he's actually over 50 years old. So it's not like it's a young gun. It's like an experience, like,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
so it's you don't see a character like that at that age group in a video game like that, especially in an action setting.
Left 4 Dead's
Yeah.
got that covered.
Coach.
That is
No,
true.
Bill.
Bill, yeah.
Bill. Yeah, Bill. Oh, I love Bill. So yeah, it came with Dead Space 1 and 3, Burnout Paradise,
Yes.
Mirror's Edge, Battlefield 3,
I figured Battlefield was one of
Sims
them. I was just
3.
like, I have no idea which one.
The Sims
Have
3,
you ever-
and Crisis 2.
Oh, so
I know
so
you-
it can run Crisis 2? Shit.
It could. I
Just
did.
not- Just not Crisis.
Well, I
know you
ran Crisis.
played,
and didn't come with it.
I know you played Burnout Paradise on the PS3 as the demo, just because you loved driving around and crashing to shit. Have you played it on the PC yet?
I did back in 2013 a bit. I installed it. I played it for like 2 hours. I didn't do any of the story or anything. I just drove around like a
Yeah,
maniac. The PS3 to that was one of the big jumps when I was playing it. I was like, wow, this is the power of a PC. Because it was, I think I was going like 80 frames per second instead of the 30 on the PS3. So the car
And
was
it's
just
flawless.
fast. Yeah, it was super cool. But either way, I finally played Mirror's Edge, a game from 2009 that I bought in 2013 and played in 2020. And I have to say that game is fucking awesome, but rage-inducing in 2020 with some of the mechanics.
Oh, yeah. The first time you try it, it's like, even back then, it was still pretty difficult. But now, like, when you're so used to, like, so much smoother stuff, like, yeah, it's a little bit rough.
The game itself is like, it looks like a game that came out last year. I don't know if that's just because of the art style, so it doesn't need much. There's not much going on besides building.
Okay, so it looks like a contemporary game then.
It's a parkour game where the world's been taken over by a government basically, and there's these group of runners that deliver packages because you can't send emails or make phone calls anymore if you're trying to overrun the government because they can track you. But if you give somebody a backpack and they run along the buildings and jump from building to building, you can't track the messages and stuff like that anymore.
I'm trying to
really
remember,
cool concept.
Did they do this in VR yet? Because this would have been like a crazy game to do in VR.
Well, the crazy thing with this is I got so motion sick from the first time I played it that I actually had to go lay down for an hour and I almost puked.
Yeah,
I cannot believe.
Is it in first person?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very disorienting the first time, especially if you're playing on
Like-
a PC where you're right up front.
Yeah.
That's
and
why
when
I
I
was
was
VR
reading
would be
online,
really, really, really hard.
it would be really hard. It'd be cool though. But when I was reading online how to make the motion sickness go down, they said you have to turn the graphics down. The game looks so good on modern hardware.
The motion
that
blur
your eyes-
especially, like everything moves so
Yeah,
quick.
the motion
that
blur
it's
does.
just
It's
That
so
would make
quick and
sense.
good. You have to turn it down so it looks less good. So your brain's like, oh, this is like a game. This isn't real.
So, Chris,
Like,
don't
what
play
the hell?
that game under the influence ever.
Well, I'm done.
You will
The game's only
vomit.
about 6 hours. I finished it in
Oh.
6.9 hours. I'm so very proud of it.
Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, that game is really, really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I just had a couple complaints. They had some jumps in some areas that were, it was like, okay, get to the roof here. And it was like, you have to run along the wall, quickly press the button to turn a little to the right, jump, grab a ledge, and constantly do all this shit that was like pixel perfect jumping. Like, I couldn't believe how frustratingly hard they made some of it. Because even if you played on easy, all that did was when you did run into cops or something and they had a gun, it was easier to just like kind of hit them in the back of the head, knock them out, and keep running. Just made that a little bit easier. But all the running and jumping and parkour is the same regardless because the level didn't change. And fuck, some of the areas were really, really infuriating. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, when you're on the rooftops,
God.
it's definitely a lot better. When you're in like some of the indoor areas, it can be a real struggle.
Yeah, that was totally it. Because when you're on the roofs and stuff, it's easy. You see like a little ramp, and it was really cool. When you go to something and you can, it's kind of like an important thing. It kind of glows red a bit. So you know, like, oh, I should run and jump off of that thing. It's red. That means it's important. It made the game like fluid. But yeah, sometimes you go indoors and it's like, all right, climb to the top of this sewer. Like, what? And you're doing all this shit and it just doesn't feel as good. But when you're on the roofs, that game is honestly flawless. Like, it is so good.
It was
Minus
a great
of course.
proof of concept too for what it was back then. Like,
Yeah.
like now you're gonna get a game like that. I don't know. I think it might be out now, but it's definitely getting close. It's Ghost Runner, which is that
Ghost
game where
Runner.
you're basically like in a cyberpunk thing, but you're a samurai doing the parkour, and that's basically the same thing. And and the same thing happened when I was
in
playing that on
first
PC. In first person.
Samurai first person. Oh god, that's gonna cause motion sickness.
Yeah, I
Like
didn't get
robot
motion sick, but I got
samurai.
really frustrated because like it's that same thing. It has to be very perfect timing.
Yeah. I feel like if they took the controls from Titanfall but made it more parkour, that is pretty flawless with its like wall running and that kind of stuff. So that'd be cool. But yeah, so I played through that, and I installed and finally played another game I bought in 2013. Apparently, I'm a bit of a kick here. It's Assassin's Creed Chronicles China.
Oh, so the
boy.
the side ones, so the side scrolling ones, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is super cool. Yeah, it's a smaller Assassin's Creed. It only took me like 6 hours to beat it. They had 3 separate side ones that they'll probably do bigger one day, but there was 3. There was China, India, and then Russia. So I'm excited to play the 3 of those because they add to the Assassin's Creed story. But I don't know if either of you have ever played a game called Mark of the Ninja.
I've heard
It's
of it, but
kind-
no, I've never played it.
It's like a Ninja Gaiden game, but with a lot of stealth. And what you want to do is like you go in a doorway.
and a side scroller.
Side scroller. And as you
Wow.
go into a doorway, when a character walks in front of you, you press the assassinate button, you come out, stab your sword into them, pull them into the like area you're hiding, and you leave the body in there and you're still hiding. And it's got Metal Gear Solid built in where everybody has a cone of vision. And if they see you, they run at you and try and attack you. And you get like 1 or 2 hits and you're dead. And it's even in this Assassin's Creed game. 1 or 2 hits, you're dead. It's over. And you have to go back
So
to a
they-
checkpoint and do it all again.
They keep that much realism in Assassin's Creed.
Yes. Yeah. It was purely like a stealth game. So it's like climb up here, hide in the bush. Character walks by, no one else can see them, kill them, pull them in the bush. Because if you just assassinate them and the body's there, somebody finds the body, then everybody goes on alert, runs around. There's a wind chime. If you don't duck under the wind chime, it will make a sound. there's a dog. If you walk past the dog and you're not walking slowly, the dog will get like nervous and start barking. Like there's all this kind of stuff. Super cool concept, because this is basically I'm assuming Ubisoft saw that Mark of the Ninja game and just copied it and made it, because it's the exact same game. Only that one was more of an anime and this one is more realistic graphics in the sense that it's got like the Assassin's Creed graphics.
I think that's also they kind of maybe made Assassin's Creed a little more wide, because everyone has in their life has played a side scroller platform game, where not everyone's played an Assassin's Creed game, so it's a little more relatable and appealing to the masses.
Well, it's that idea too that it's always great when you're giving people like if they're interested in the license, but you're also giving them something that's a little bit more of their comfort zone too, so it gives that bit of a benefit. Because again, like if you just put out the same game over and over again, people just won't really care as much. But if you give them something different, maybe they're like, okay, well, this was really good. I wonder what one of the other games in the series is like.
You're telling me Assassin's Creed is on copy and paste?
Are you trying to tell me that like most games today are copy and paste?
All of this is true.
Yes.
But yeah, it's really good. I beat it. It added a little bit of the story, because this character from China actually leaves because her brotherhood gets taken over by the Templars. She actually ends up in Italy, runs into now retired, much older assassin Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2.
Ezio
He helps her out a bit, and then she returns. Yeah.
That's cool.
She returns, and
it's Ezio Auditore di Firenze, I think it is.
Well, you are half Italian. You would know best.
Assassino.
I mean, Italian doesn't mean much of my memory shit, so.
That's true. Yeah, it's like cool story. Again, it takes I think it took me 6 hours to beat it. It's a $10 game new, I think. So it's much and
you
much
usually
cheaper,
see it on sales wherever you go for like half off all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, I bought it in 2013 at 50% or 60 or 75% off. So obviously I got it for like $3. And just haven't played it. So I beat that one. Now I'm going to install India, because that was the second one, play through that. Then I'm going to install Russia, play through that. And then I'll have officially played every Assassin's Creed that's ever been made, minus, of course, all the new ones coming out. So it was good. It was fun. It was short, but it was exactly what I wanted. I wanted like a stealth game, except for when I got really frustrated near the end. They kind of just threw enemies everywhere that as soon as you made one mistake, you had to do the whole thing over. Because it's like there's a specific way to do it if you want to not get caught. And when you get caught, like you can try and run, you can try and fight, but it's not easy. So a little frustrating at the end, but worth it.
It's a short game, but it is still challenging.
Yep. Oh, for sure. And it has like a new game plus and a new game plus hard mode and all this other stuff that opens up. So, I mean, I'm not going to do that. I've already uninstalled it. I did that. I took my screenshots. I played my game, and I'm done with it. I will move on to the next one. But yeah, those are the two games I've mostly played in the last week.
Excellent.
Vishal.
That would mean it's your turn, Vish.
Would you shut up, man? I hope everyone gets that reference.
Take it easy there, Joe.
Okay, so gaming-wise, I haven't been able to do much of this week. I haven't even opened my DS to try to finish Donkey Kong yet. I'm hoping to finish it next week or so. So I've been watching some shows lately just to like laugh a little, to just like, I feel like we're going into a second wave, so life's gonna suck again.
I mean, we are. America's about to hit a third already.
Yeah.
Please. They're not even through their first wave yet.
No, they've definitely had their divots. It's just they're coming faster.
No. I feel like their first wave is still continuing. There's been no like.
I've seen the data. They're in their third wave.
Oh boy. Well, sucks to be them. And
yeah, it does actually.
Yeah, I know. It was. You know what? I don't like to. It was an absolute train wreck shit show. I didn't watch it. I saw some highlights. I read some memes, and the thing is, people are laughing about it. People are like joking.
He's talking about the debate, by the way.
Yeah. The issue is I'm only going to talk about this quickly. No, this should not be something to laugh about. This shouldn't be something to like joke about. This is like the fucking future of the world essentially, and it's a fucking comedy train wreck.
Believe me, there are memes to be had, but when your current president and one of the two choices is literally refusing to denounce white nationalism and political violence, and also refuses to tell his voter base to wait until the fucking result is done. Yeah.
It's honestly fucking pathetic, fucking like sickening almost.
But anyways, let's not turn this into a political podcast. So.
I'm sorry. Well, he's the fucking idiot who said video games cause violence.
Yes, I know, but he hasn't done that recently, so I guess we can't talk about it nearly as much.
All right, I apologize for that. So because of all the hype it got and everything, I decided to start Schitt's Creek, and it is
Emmy award-winning Canadian show Schitt's Creek.
Oh
Thank
my
you
god,
very much.
it is great.
Yes.
It is so. I'm almost on the first season. It is hilarious. The characters are great. The girl Alexis is super hot, and they're just great characters. It's well done. I was more surprised at the accolades it got. It's the fact that it's a Canadian show that and got it. But I feel like Canadian TV.
Yeah, it's on
really
fucking CBC. Holy shit.
Yeah. I feel like Canadian TV is really starting to step it up because not only with Schitt's Creek, Kim's Convenience is a really good show.
Well, I mean, look, given the potential results, a lot of people are going to be emigrating up here, so we're going to have a lot more talented people soon.
Yep. And also, like for example, Simu Liu is going to be Shang-Chi, so there is talent, and it's just the fact that before I would be like, I don't watch Canadian TV, but now it's like, hey, you know what? We should give this a chance because there's some good shit coming out.
If it was on a service that I had, I would literally be watching Letterkenny right now.
You might be able to because CBC Gem, the app itself, and the online service offers the CBC shows for free.
I don't think Letterkenny's CBC. I think it's just on Crave.
Yeah, that was a Crave original, I think.
Okay, that part I can't help with then. But yeah, Schitt's Creek is hilarious. It's very I'm not even through the first season yet, but there's just a lot of like really funny shit, and I love the fact that they're not afraid to push boundaries. Like they'll say "fuck" multiple times in an episode
on a CBC show.
Yeah.
Well, back then, like people were like if you heard "bitch," "shit," "bastard" or on the show, like, oh my god, and then be like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Apparently, people were so disgusted by when Clark Gable said that they walked out of the theater. Now it's like we hear motherfucker, like we don't hear motherfucker. It's like, why is this rated R? But I thought it was really good. And then I finished Modern Family. The season 11 came on Netflix, and I love that show. I like it better than The Office, believe it or not. I find Modern Family is a lot more relatable, is a lot more down to earth, is a lot more like it had a better overall cast because it's like what you're saying about Man of the High Castle. There's no real weak link in the show. Everyone has their own quirks. Everyone has their own like what they bring to the show, and seeing the show like progress as it goes along, and seeing all these characters build a relationship, and then all of a sudden it's like it's done. I found the final season was still funny, but I found it was more like emotional and more heartwarming and like even like sad at certain points than it was actually funny. So Modern Family ended it. I would say that was one show. The quality was never like a top peak always, but the quality was always there. There's never like a season where like, oh, it's not like season 8 or 9 of The Office where season 8 was absolutely atrocious, or like any show after season 9, Friends, How I Met Your Mother, Big Bang Theory, the Scrubs, like all these shows after season 7 were absolutely atrocious to watch, and it was painful to get through. Modern Family somehow for 11 seasons maintained a strong quality. And now my next in line is probably going to, once The Boys season 2 ends, I'm probably going to start Man of the High Castle because as you mentioned, I was watching the first episode. I never finished it. I think I will need to start the episode all over again because I completely forget what happens.
Nazis.
Mind blown. So I will need to watch the show again, complete from the beginning, and I think that will be my next forte, along with Schitt's Creek, because I just, it's something easy to watch. Also, it's not like it. That's one. I think that's one issue I had with The Expanse. I have to give it concentration. I think that's another reason.
I know. God forbid you have to focus on something.
I know hey, this is why I like watching movies in theaters more than at home, because at least in the theater we're there just to watch the movie. At home, it's like I have to rewind like several times. Like, oh, what I miss? Oh, what I miss? What did I miss?
I guess apparently I'm the one person that doesn't have that problem. So
yeah, I don't have that problem either.
No, I find like when I watch stuff at home, I need to watch something that's like doesn't require a lot of concentration, or this is why I just like watching movies in theaters. And it's not just the movie itself, it's the experience. So, but that's really what I've been doing. I haven't been able to game much. I'm trying to get, now that my PlayStation 5 purchase is on indefinite hold, I'm gonna look through my backlog and see where I go through next on it. I know Devil May Cry on the PC is still there, and that was supposed to be my next game, but I haven't played in a very long time, and part of me feels like I should start it all over again, but I don't want to, just because the way the game is designed, where you have to finish a level completely and then start with something else. It's kind of an annoying like format for the game itself. Yeah, that's really all I've been doing. It's just catching up on finishing up one really great series, starting a new one, and looking at starting the next one. And also, one last thing, the I know I keep mentioning The Boys season 2, but that's really the only new thing in my life right now. This season is just the main villain is just such a fucking horrible human being. It's just it's gonna cause a lot of big problems, and it's exciting. But on to the next format and on to the next subjects.
Hey, that's my job. So let's move into all the quickies for today. It's still a lot of small stuff. A lot of small stuff.
Name of your sex tape.
A lot of small stuff? How many has he got?
Several. So we'll kick it off with a horror show here. Literally. So Resident Evil is getting an animated series to Netflix.
Oh my god, yes! Oh, finally.
It's done by the same guys who did the 3 motion pictures. I've only seen one of them. I've seen Degeneration. There are 2 others, Damnation and Vendetta. I haven't looked at either of them.
Okay, I know I've seen I have seen all of them, and they're not great. They're fun to watch.
I mean, for game films, they're not bad.
Yeah.
Especially back when those were released. That was in the time where anything with a video game label attached to it was fucking horrible.
Even now.
Yeah.
Like,
for 2000s video game movie, holy shit.
They were fun. Well, granted, too, it's because they weren't live action. It had really shitty actors coming in trying to play a role they would never work for.
Okay, did you watch the first Resident Evil live action movie?
I didn't like the first one. I really liked the second one because it was just pure fun. And then after that, I was I'm good. I've seen it again. I've already seen it.
I've seen them all. I feel like the first one would have terrified you because you're not good with horror, and there's a lot of jump scares in that one.
Yeah, well, there was a little bit there, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And then 2 just decided it was going to be fun. I'm like, okay, I can get behind this.
Oh, number 2 was actually the most Resident Evil game of the Resident Evil movies. Sorry, Chris.
And the most Canadian Resident Evil movie.
That is true.
I was just going to say that the Resident Evil movies went the way of the games. The first one was more horror, and then from the second one on was more action.
Yeah.
At least what I found.
Yeah.
No, did the people in the first Resident Evil movie have a really hard time aiming their gun at shit?
I mean, it seems like it because they kept getting eaten by zombies, and it's like...
No,
maybe that's what was happening.
Jill was walking while shooting.
Was she eating a sandwich in that movie?
No, she was walking while shooting.
God damn it. No Jill sandwich, bullshit. Movie sucks.
Boo.
But yeah, I mean, the fact that they're doing at least a TV series now in this format that they've been doing with 3D CG animation is pretty interesting. I probably would consider looking at it just to see what's going on.
Oh, I can't wait.
I mean, yeah, Vish will definitely be in on that.
I'm actually kind of glad they're doing it in CGI rather than live action, because with Resident Evil, I feel like the CGI would suit the source material better than live action.
I mean, it doesn't really matter either way. I mean, it's at least with animation though, all you got to worry about is the voices. There's no worry about placement because you have that all considered ahead of time. So at the very least, now if you're making like a good series. Oh, go ahead. I was basically just refreshing.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm just saying, and now that means that Netflix has 2 Resident Evil shows coming. Because they have that other live action one. Remember? It takes place in a different city.
Fuck.
It was announced like 6 months ago. It's Wesker's twin daughter.
Isn't it crazy to think that like
I thought
at this point
was
now,
the show? I didn't realize they're making 2 shows.
No, this is the second one.
Oh fuck!
Because this one's straight out coming from Japan.
Right,
like this one is straight Japan that's making this thing. So,
so it's a CGI and a live action, 2 different shows, both based in the same universe. Obviously,
it's not bad for Netflix. You got a live action Resi, a animated Resi, and a fucking anime Castlevania. It's a pretty good setup.
That's really cool too.
Have you finished the Castlevania anime yet?
I ain't fucking started it.
I got to go back to it. I'm only like
I have to have Netflix, and that's a struggle for me getting
good.
Netflix. I don't want to get fucking Netflix.
You could whore yourself out for a Netflix account.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to fucking deal with that shit.
We'll bang for Netflix.
Anyways, speaking of things that will potentially be bangable, that's the best I can do for this segue. Final Fantasy 16.
I wasn't sure which on the list you were going with. I'm like, which one are we banging?
We're banging the 1 terabyte SSD that Xbox is selling.
I mean, okay, fuck it.
But yeah, apparently 16 has been in development for at least 4 years, which means they might actually be getting it out sooner than we think, and have had time to hopefully not change it at the last minute like 15 did, and we might actually have a quality game there. We've also heard rumors that it might be M-rated. We've heard other things like. There's a lot of stuff that can make this quite interesting. I'm still of the opinion that I made on my solo YouTube video that I did not too long ago, where I said, I need a lot more than some words to tell me to get interested in the Final Fantasy again, because their track record for the past decade or so has not been great.
Yeah, it's been a decade of 13 and 15. Like,
my last favorite true game is from 2001. That should tell you how far back it goes, so...
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I almost said 17, but I should have just stopped there. The 7 remake is apparently really good. Again, I'm not touching it until it's all done, but at least it seems like, okay, they're kind of back into a rhythm maybe, and hopefully 16 ends up being like the first new Final Fantasy to actually be like, good all around again, because it's been quite some time.
I feel like that's going to be like a 150-hour game.
I mean, it's 150 hours if you make it that way. Most of the time, you can do them in 60. It's just, if you're people like me, you grind like crazy because you want to walk up to final bosses and just poke them to death. So,
yeah, 1, 2, dead. That's what you get.
There's not too much else to say about it. I mean, apart from just, again, it's the interesting concept of that. We're going back to its roots, very medieval setting, very fantasy setting. No crazy like sci-fi fucking like almost modern shit. Like, no, we're going back to the old days. There's probably going to be crystals in this somewhere, or at least the mention of them. And
I'm actually really happy that they had the balls to make it M-rated.
I mean, if that's what it is, I mean, I'd be curious at that point, just because it's like, okay, you're gonna actually like be serious for once, because that means they can have some really dark stories, because they've had them before.
Just say fuck.
And maybe Tifa can appear nude. She went downhill after Final
Clearly,
Fantasy VII.
the internet already exists for that. Have you not heard of Source Filmmaker?
Yeah.
Yes, but this
she's
time
already entered the porn industry.
I don't know. I've seen some Source Filmmaker stuff. It looks pretty goddamn realistic. So I showed you guys an Aerith one. Don't fucking. Actually, do fuck. There we go. Next up is not so much fucking, but so much playing. Because Xbox is going to be bringing more onto Game Pass, with EA Play officially announcing its date for at least the consoles. So you have to have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to get EA Play on it. On Game Pass PC, it's just Game Pass PC apparently. But we do have an official date for consoles. It's November 10th, and it's a lot of shit and no extra cost if you have Ultimate. That's pretty crazy, the amount of games that you can get in that, and that would I would assume that would include games like potentially Fallen Order, which is pretty new. I'd say Madden and FIFA, but fuck them. So,
but Madden is phenomenal,
phenomenally horrible. We've been through this.
That is true.
So EA Play was added to Steam for some reason, not for free. You have to pay the $4.99, but you can use EA Play, but all it does is give you the Steam version of whatever games are on there by EA, and you can just download them and play them. Oddly enough, they've just shown that if you're an EA Play member, the new sports games, when they release, you get a very big demo, basically. I think you can play it for like 15 hours or something. And then after the 15 hours, if you want to keep playing, then you have to buy it or wait till they add it to EA Play. But I thought that was kind of nice because for me, for a sports game, I probably won't play it longer than 15 hours. Like I will play through it once. I'll do one season.
You might
I'll be
play
like,
it for 15 minutes and realize, I did this like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be surprised if you play for 1.5 hours.
If it's a FIFA game, that's the only one I have some interest in because I've always wanted to try the FIFA games and I've never played any. So the first one will be
even actually
if 10 years ago.
They're not terrible. They're still cutting.
None of the sports games are bad. They're just really shitty in their practices. They're all like good at best sports games. They're good at what they do if you're looking for simulation sports. It's them constantly trying to screw you out of more money that you've already paid full price for.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, having that in Game
Actually,
Pass,
that's not true. The NBA games that EA made were pretty bad.
Well, even like the Madden one.
They made a couple of NBA Live games when 2K was really hammering it in, and just because they was like, you can't take a sport from us, that's our thing. So they tried to do it, and it was fucking horrible.
Well, yeah, like there's like because of just people I worked with, they all got NHL, and so I bought a few of them, and literally the two I bought, the one with Claude Giroux on the cover, and then the one with Stamkos on the cover, they were literally the exact same fucking game.
That's all they are. They're copy and paste.
Like it's really fucking irritating, and they never they don't do anything. Like
I mean, I think at this point, hardcore gamers have done everything they can, but sports gamers are a whole different breed. They're like Trump supporters, man. They don't care.
Yeah,
and
they don't care. Yeah,
because I would like to play some good sport, like fucking like NBA Jam. If they brought it, I feel like I don't know if they should bring it every year, but maybe every few years or so.
Well, no, the idea was that it would be like, NBA Jam would be one, then they go for like 3, 4, 5 years, come out with another like improved version.
Yeah. And that makes a lot.
That's basically been Super Mega Baseball now that I think about it. They have 3 different versions now.
Yep, that's true.
And Super Mega Baseball is fun as shit.
Yeah.
So it's just...
I think the EA Play being in Xbox Game Pass is just another reason that it's just pushing me to, once my backlog's down a bit, to just jump in, and I don't have to buy it every month, but like buy a month here, buy a month there.
It really solves my problem with boycotting EA. Now I literally don't have to give EA a single cent of my fucking money. So,
because I would not buy any of these sports games and all that. Like if I had my console with a disc, sure, I'd go to friggin' EB Games and I would find the sports game from 2 years ago that's $2 in that bin. Okay, I'd buy that one, but that's as far as I'd go. So Xbox Game Pass having any of them, and it's just built right in along with things like Doom Eternal. Fuck yeah. Like, thank you for adding that and it not going up in price.
I don't know what games are on EA Play, but it would be really funny if like Madden 16 was in it. I'd be like, what's the point?
Yeah. When I looked at the list, at least in Steam, which ones you can get, I didn't see many of the old sports games. But
on console, they'd probably be there. That's what would make it funny.
Yeah, I think it would be. I don't know. That's a good question. They only advertise sports of like, hey, try the new FIFA 21 for 15 straight hours if you have EA Play.
I'm gonna go look this up right now just for my own curiosity. I can't help myself.
There was all
I
the
don't
Need
want
for
on
Speed
Steam.
games.
I want on console. You stupid. Trying to tell me what I want.
I'm telling you, if you want Need for Speed, every single one is on there. I didn't realize there were so many Need for Speeds at this point.
Okay, well,
It
I
was
already
ridiculous.
see
Need for
NHL
Speed's
20 and
Most
NHL
Wanted
19
was
on
the
there,
best
so
one.
that's a good sign.
NHL 20's on there?
Yep, and it's literally. I'm looking at the list. They keep putting them on. So yeah, you could probably play Madden 16 on this.
The one with
That's crazy.
Matthews is on there?
Yeah, that's NHL 19, I think. I don't
Or
fucking
20.
remember. I don't remember. I don't really care because fuck EA Sports. But yeah,
Fair
no,
enough.
you can definitely go back and play old games on console, which is kind of funny.
That's pretty cool. I would maybe play a couple rounds of NHL because I haven't played NHL since 08. And it's probably got a bit of an update from that.
Yes,
But I mean, I'd be fine just playing that one. Like, there's no microtransactions.
I will
and
say
shit
if
in that version.
if any series has at least tried to make it more fun, NHL's done it because they have other side modes like threes where you literally just play where it's just you and two other players, empty net, and it's like playing shinny where you're just trying to take the puck off each other and score. Or I don't think it's an empty net. I think there is like an AI goalie.
Oh, that's
so,
actually
so
kinda
they
cool.
at least try
So
to do
it's
some
like,
fun stuff.
It's like every man for themselves.
Yeah, it's like a free for all.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
That's
See,
not
that would be
that's not bad, but
That would be fun.
I don't know. Like when I played them, like the one I enjoyed the most was FIFA. And I don't know, like they're just so like cut and paste, and so it's a lot more. The one thing I will say I like what NHL did is they brought back NHL '94 controls, where it was just like it's just a 2-button system: shoot, pass.
I'm sure other games do something retro like that once in a blue moon, but I mean, is it really like, it's not really going to make you go, oh my god, this is amazing now. It's just like, yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Moving
Either
on.
way,
Game
Pass, it's
Yeah.
basically like saying it's free. So here's some free EA games.
But yeah, moving
Yay.
on. A couple of small stories to finish it off. We have heard that the expandable storage, a 1 terabyte expandable storage, is going to cost $220. That's US. So almost as much as a Series
now.
S will cost you to expand the storage, which is quite expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I've looked at it, and it's not an SSD SATA kind of drive. But it's obviously not one of those NVMe
No.
SSD drives. It's this whole other thing, and I assume it's that expensive because they had to create the technology. That's
Yeah.
the only reason I can imagine it costs
But that's
that much.
also $200 plus dollars for now, because that's gonna go down eventually.
I mean, maybe. I mean, if you saw what sometimes happens with like memory cards, like Vita, or was it Vita or PSP? I can't even think of which ones, but one of them was notorious for memory cards being really expensive and it never changed. So it
The Vita.
depends. The other thing too is, at least for now, I don't know if it's really that necessary. I mean, generally speaking, these are 1 terabyte SSDs to start. That's about 800 something gigabytes. We're seeing right now that most new games are coming out to around 60 to 80 gigs, which is a lot, but realistically, like, unless you have a really, really bad connection and you really can't afford to go and re-download stuff, it shouldn't really be that hard to have like 8 to 10 games on there at a time and just keep refreshing. I mean, for me, it won't be that difficult. Especially because all consoles now you can download in like a rest mode now, so you don't really have to even have it fully on. So
Yeah. When I saw this and people were like, "Oh, but I want to have all my games on there," I was like, "Listen, as a Steam user that has no disk drive and 839 games, let me tell you, you can just install the ones you want to play, and then when you're done, uninstall it." Like, holy fuck.
yeah, no,
Like,
it's
it's
first
not-
world problems, I tell you.
It's not only that.
yeah, like
As long as you have the save game data, you're good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, and
Oh, yeah,
not to
that's
mention too,
saved
like we're getting to a
local
point now
and on the
that
cloud.
streaming exists too, so you can really avoid the drive space too. So,
mm-hmm.
and
Good
then
point.
lastly, one little small link in the chain that kind of broke is that Sony is not going to be offering a free PS5 upgrade for Spider-Man for PS4 players. The only way you can get the remaster edition is through buying the Ultimate Edition of Miles Morales. Which, is it a massive fuck you? No, it's minor. It's like, all right, that's kind of stupid. Because I mean, you can get Miles Morales on the PS4 and get the free upgrade for that. So it's just kind of like, all right, fine. There's all these other games that are doing it for free. Why aren't you guys? But I mean, I don't know. That's one of those things where I'm just like, okay, I could be mad about it, but like, there's worse things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a huge FU or anything like that. It is. They could have done it. I feel like they could have done it, but they decided, no, let's attach it to the Miles Morales at the full price version.
It's
I
the
think it
same
was
with
more about
saves transferring. They apparently won't either. And I'm like, that is really stupid too. But again, the game's not long. Like, if you really, I find it really hard to think that like somebody is playing Spider-Man halfway and then suddenly decides like, oh, I'm going to buy a new console and play it there. No, I don't think that's happening. And I know some people will be like, well, what about all my progress? I'm like, if you're going to play the remastered version on a PS5, like, you're going to start from the beginning anyway.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Especially since they also came out today and upgraded Peter Parker's look to a whole new motion capture.
Yeah,
which I'm on the fence of too, but again, it's not a major deal breaker.
Yeah.
There was no point in doing it, but I understand why they did it. It's purely for marketing the next Spider-Man movie whenever that's.
I mean, as long as they make his butt as good as Tom Holland's is in real life, we're good.
But it's not
have
Tom
you played
Holland.
the game?
Look, there's a lot of butts I remember. I have to really take my time to like vividly imagine Spider-Man's ass from PS4. Okay.
There's a meme about like how Spider-Man had a better ass than Captain Marvel.
Yeah, the friggin' body swap. Yeah, it was fucking great.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, it was
for sure.
It was a weird thing to come out, like this whole thing again. Like, people have been starting to get on Sony's case for stuff, and I kind of get it, because it's like anything else. When somebody's winning, you like to take a shot at the person on top. It was the same when Xbox made all their mistakes during the transition to Xbox One. So I mean, I get it.
Yes.
Every little thing right now with Sony is being a little troublesome. So actually, there's one more story. I forgot to add it into the list. It's another really quick one, and it's more of just me just wanting to make a shout out. Look, so Jason Schreier, pretty big person in all of game journalism, talked about how Cyberpunk is doing crunch time in the last 6 weeks just to get the game out ready to go out the door. Basically, they're doing 6 days out of 7 now instead of 5. And CD Projekt Red has come out themselves, like somebody who works there has been like, look, we all agreed on this. Like, we knew that this is something we wanted to do, so we couldn't delay it again. And a lot of people are still attacking the company because I guess they promised at one point they were going to do crunch. But I mean, like, again, like, this isn't like they're doing 20-hour days. This isn't doing like some crazy stuff. It's just you're working an extra day, which a lot of us do normally in our own jobs.
Yeah.
And we don't go nuts about that because it's usually by choice. It doesn't sound like from the reports that it was forced. I don't get that sense from what I hear. I mean, either way, I don't like the idea of crunch time to begin with. I think you should just better budget your fucking time. But
when I was reading some articles on it, apparently it is a mandatory 6th day. Like, everybody does have to work it for the next month, I think it is, or something like that. However, the company is also compensating for that extra day.
Yeah, they're getting sick overtime. So it's not like
they're getting crazy amounts of money overtime wise. So it does suck. But I mean, if my work were to do this,
that's what I would be concerned about.
Yeah, like if my work was giving this to me and giving me all this sick overtime, I'd be like, cool, I'll totally work Saturday.
Yeah,
like,
I don't like my
whatever.
job that much, but if I'm getting 8 hours of overtime every week, that's a tough one to not have.
Yeah, like, and it's only a month.
Also, it's like the one thing I'll say is because I did take animation in college, so I know a little bit how this type of stuff works. When the game is done, it means the job is done. So while you are going through crunch time, and while I understand that it's really tough and hard work, the reality is that once the project is done, you start looking for the next job. So you have a little bit of time off in between, unless you're somebody who already has something lined up once the project's over. Most of those people are going to have some time in between. So that extra day of work is actually going to benefit quite a bit.
It just really depends on what you're looking at it from. That's really it.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if they did this for a year, I'd be pissed at them.
That'd be
Saying
pretty
it's
bad.
like doing it for a month, that's 4 weekends. I mean, you work at a game company and you want to get the game out. Your company's like, listen, we're behind. We only have a month. Everybody, one extra day, but we're going to pay you fucking time and a half or some shit.
If they weren't compensating them for that extra day, then yeah, fuck you. That's bullshit.
And that's the thing, because
100%.
because they are getting paid
100%.
overtime, not even just getting paid, just regular, they're getting paid overtime. Like, they're definitely being compensated as well as they can be compensated. And CJ Projekt Red, to our knowledge, is not a company that's giving shit salaries. So
No. Apparently they're like pretty like high industry wise. Yeah.
again, it's not to say the crunch time you would like to avoid, but I mean, if it's 6 weeks at most, like, there could be worse things again. There could be much worse things.
Yeah. So that's
absolutely.
my only thing. It's like, again, it sucks, but you know what? It isn't that horrible as a lot of other places would, because I can tell you I know people who have worked in places like gyms and in like studios, and they'll be like, yeah, what's the big fucking deal? You're working an extra day in the week. What are you going to do in that time?
Well, I mean,
Like,
I don't think there's
blackmailed.
an argument to be said that just because your position's harder means that like you get any validation. It's still, you're working past your weekly allotment. It's still technically like that has to be negotiated and shit. So no matter what the circumstances, it's still a practice you don't want to see. But again, like, I think with the fact that this became like, oh my god, we need to vilify this company. It's like, dude, this isn't a vilify thing. This is just more like a, come on, guys, you couldn't do this. Come on. It's more just like, oh, come on, guys, you've had 2 different delays. Like, why the hell you need a 6-week crunch? It's more just that. But if the game's really good, then we'll understand why the crunch was what it was. If it's still buggy when they release it, that's when shit's gonna start getting a little better.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyways, we didn't have anything major, so I had to come up quickly with something fun to do. So I'm sure a lot of people know that earlier in this month was a certain 35th anniversary. So I found something quite interesting as I share my screen with the boys here. Oh god, it's coming through on the machine. There we go. Okay, now you guys don't see anything. So I found a tier list.
Okay.
So collectively, the 3 of us are going to go through this list as best as we can and rate every Mario game basically in existence. We are going to quickly trash a bunch of these because, well, obviously there's going to be a lot of stuff in this that we haven't played or just way out of our element. Because it isn't just like mainstream games. No, this is everything. So.
This is going to be so hard, but so good.
Mario Paint, those Nintendo CD games.
Yeah, so I mean, straight up, like, we're not going to spend too much time on each game. Just kind of quickly, just kind of react to it, and then we're going to decide collectively on what tier it should be in. I have a hard time believing anything's going to go in the F tier. I don't know if there's an F tier Mario game, but
no,
we'll see. It is.
Even
wait, Mario's missing.
No, I'd still like it enough to put it in the D tier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then nothing gets F. Nothing. That would have been it.
I'm also gonna try really hard to like keep some of the side games, like, because I'm not gonna rate 8 or 9 Mario parties. I don't think any of us have played all of them. So
no,
I've played like 2.
So when it comes to those games, I'm gonna make it like, okay, like any Mario Golf game, that's gonna be like Mario Golf as a concept, Mario Party as a concept.
Yeah.
So we'll do it that way.
I like it.
I think the card games are probably the only side stuff that we could actually collectively like decide on each of them, because I think most of us have played almost every Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a safe bet.
Yeah, Mario Kart.
And there's only one I give a
second,
negative view on.
Yeah. All right, so we might as well start with the Mario Kart because it's the first thing on the list. So the first one I got here is Mario Kart 64, which in my opinion is the best Mario Kart they have.
And in my opinion, it's the it's on the middle.
So at this point, I want to put this in the A tier. Where are you guys feeling?
B-.
I like the A tier as well.
There's no minus and pluses, Vish. It's just
Okay.
B minus.
Then
do you not see the screen? Are you not looking in Discord to see the screen?
Oh, you know what? My apologies.
I was going to say that might help you a little bit.
Yeah,
that might help. B minus.
Then
basically we're going to go to majority rules. So like I say A. What did you say, Chris?
I also say A. It is harder to play now, But I mean, this is the Mario Kart I clearly played the most in
Then
my entire life.
I would put it into B.
Okay, so by majority rules, we're gonna get that into an A. I mean, A or B. It's not bad. That's for sure.
Oh
yeah.
We got Mario Golf Advanced Tour in here, so I'm just gonna put this in the not played, so we can get to Mario Golf just as a concept.
I never played that one.
Mario Golf
as a whole,
played any of them.
they're not like amazing at go out of your way to play them games, but they were definitely fun. Like back in the day as a kid, when you go to the rental store, you pick it up and you just kind of mess with it, especially when you go like and do the mini golf courses and shit like that. I think they're okay. I think they're like a solid C.
Sure.
Like they're decent.
That's the thing. It's like I would say it's a Mario version of Hot Shots Golf.
Yeah, and I think it's a solid C. Like it's not amazing.
I would say B or C.
I would even put it as
good B or C for that one.
It's fun.
Well, if Vish is saying B, I mean, Chris, you're going to be the decider here because I'm at C.
B.
All right.
Because I did play one, and it's very much like Hot Shots Golf. So you know what? Fuck
B. It's fun. I even though I've never played them, I've never played.
So you're basically just going off Hot Shots.
I know. I'm essentially going by like what I've seen and what I've tried it like demos.
So you have played it.
Just a demo, really.
That still counts. That works for me.
Still counts.
I don't know if any of us have played this one, the Super Striker series, the soccer ones.
No, I've never played it. I want to. Okay. It looks like fun.
It looked fun.
It's not play for us. Mario Party as a concept. Mario Party 2, actually, ironically enough, the one they give us first is the best one.
Mario Party
2?
Yeah. Fun.
I almost want to put in the F tier just for being fucking excruciatingly annoying when you're playing with friends because you all want to punch each other by the end of it like playing Monopoly.
Yeah, it does ruin friendships, but I would give it a solid C.
I think C is probably better because, again, like the mini games themselves are fun. It's once you get the actual board game part of it that it just becomes like eternally frustrating.
Yes, yeah.
Are we all in agreement on that one?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we throw that in the bin. Dr. Mario has a concept. Basically just Tetris.
I love Dr. Mario.
Hey, you love Dr. Mario that much, eh?
Love Dr. Mario. It's fun. It's a good time waster. It's easy. It's just relax. It's fun as shit, and I love the music. The theme song is so great.
I mean, for me personally, because they're
really
just very simplistic puzzle games. Like I put it at a C, just being like pretty average, like good at just if you need it in bursts.
So I got a C and an A. Because I honestly would have said B. So
then by average it goes to B, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Okay, yeah, we could do average. There we go.
Well, I mean, if we're going by majority, if we get an A, B, and a C, I guess we go in the middle.
So F is 1, D is 2, C is 3.
No, we're not. No, it's grades are not that hard to figure out.
No, I'm just saying if we're having issues with the math itself.
Oh no! It's literally.
I have no problem with that.
If there's two A's and a B, it's an A. But there's an A, B, and a C, or an A, B, and a D, then it's probably B is the middle ground, right? So.
Okay.
Same thing. I don't think any of us have played the baseball one.
Which one?
Superstar Baseball.
No. Baseball. Oh no.
I wanted to, but again, I didn't have like. I think these.
You know what? This is why sports games are shit with EA because we're not playing the ones that are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, Nintendo. What port those ones onto fucking other consoles? Dance Dance Revolution.
I don't
Mario
know why
Mix. I want to put DDR in the D category just for fun.
Yeah, I get that, but we've never played that.
I have actually.
You have?
They're okay. It's Dance Dance Revolution. What do you want?
I played DDR, so I have to imagine it's the same thing.
They're okay.
So,
it's nothing special. Put in the D. The Mario and Donkey Kong series on handhelds. Those were okay.
Are we talking about like old school Mario and Donkey Kong?
No, these were they were based on the old school ones, but they made them more they made newer versions of it that were like its own like special game that had levels and shit.
Okay. I've never played it, so I have nothing to say. Unfortunately.
Have you played it?
I played it a bit. I would give it a C. I played a Game Boy Advance or a DS one. DS, I think, actually.
I would say the same. They're pretty average. They're generally pretty average.
Yeah, I would say it's just average. Like, it's a good game, but it's not.
Which one's that one, Adam, that you just put in there?
Oh, that was another Mario Kart.
Mario Kart DS?
Well, yeah, and again, no, it doesn't matter. We already put Mario Kart as a concept in there because if we do every single one of these games. Oh, sorry, I said Mario Kart was okay. I'm fucking stupid. Mario Kart Super Circuit for Game Boy Advance, which was more like the original SNES ones.
I would say put that in not play because I've never played that one.
Did you end up playing that?
I have played through the entire thing on my 3DS because it was something you could get the Game Boy Advance version.
I've never played that one.
It was
Like if you're just looking at the old
the only
SNES
hard
ones,
part
they're
is-
pretty good.
Yeah, it's just hard going back because I tried playing the SNES one recently on the Switch, and those controls with that type of like I don't know how I was so good at that game before because it's a lot harder now because of the viewpoint and stuff. But it's probably just being blessed with the new type of Mario
Yeah.
Kart.
I think
Honestly,
I
I
think
would
it's an average
say
one.
this
I
is,
put that in a C.
I was gonna say B or C, so C. C actually makes sense.
I know I got so I got nothing on that.
I don't
one.
think any of us. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Game gallery.
I have no idea.
I have no. That's the thing too. There's gonna be a couple of these that we're like, what? What the fuck is this? So
Yeah, I know.
not played.
I think it was
Maybe. Now we get to the actual Mario 2 that was not given to us because we're dumb as fuck. So Super Mario the Lost
Lost
Levels.
Levels. I would
Oh.
put that in C because I tried playing it and I was fucking raging.
It is actually really hard. Like the whole
Yeah.
reason we didn't get it is because Japan thought we'd be too stupid to play it. It is a
We were.
legitimately hard game.
Maybe, right.
But I'd be hard pressed to see a lot of people that would not struggle with that game.
I
in
would
the
put
beginning.
that in C because I feel like
Yeah.
if you actually played it, it would be a good game. But it's just like a lot of people probably just gave up on it because it is actually fucking hard.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't even know what the fuck this is. I have
What's that one?
I have
is
no
it?
idea what this is. Oh, it's in Japanese too, so I really
is this?
don't know.
Okay, just put in not played.
Yeah, that sounds good to
What's
me.
it called? Or is it-
Literally, it's in Japanese. I have no idea.
Hey.
Mario Getsu.
Mario Tennis Power Tour. So I'll see if I can find the original. There's the original one, so I'll pump that
Okay,
one. up.
Mario
So many
Tennis
Mario-
as a concept, I think it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. It's actually challenging. I would put that in either B or C.
I would put it in the B tier with golf. I think they're just about the same for value.
They're
Same
they're fun.
Yeah, they're
just
pretty fun.
Difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
B.
So that Mario Tennis can go in the trash bin. Super Mario 3D Land on 3DS.
A, absolutely. It's
A.
a great fucking game.
I
It's
haven't
a
played
lot
it,
of
but
fun.
both of you guys are talking A about it, so we'll just shoot it up right there.
A 3D Mario game that's portable. Oh,
Yeah.
It's so
God, it was so
good.
good.
Mario Kart or
Yeah.
Mario Bro Print World. No idea what that is. I don't think any of us have touched that.
Nope.
Super Paper Mario. I don't know. How many Mario Paper Mario games have any of us played? Because that's the real defining point. I've only ever
Okay,
played the original.
Only the one on the Wii. It was good, so I would probably give it a B.
So let's just do Paper Mario as a concept, like almost like Super Mario RPG, like all over again, like that concept on its own.
It was really good. It's.
I would say
it's
they're
a
pretty
B.
decent, like JRPG almost. So I would put that in the B tier as well.
Yeah, B is good.
Can
I
I
like B.
find it on here though? Oh
Holy
god, there's
fuck.
so many. Now you see how much we got to go through. That's why I'm doing
So
this.
Many Mario games.
Oh my god, I'm probably already past it. And that's not
I
helping.
see Super Mario World there. Put that in the S right
How
away.
can
No
I
need
not
bother waiting.
fucking? I've seen this cover 1,000 times. How come I can't see it? Oh god. Okay, screw it. I'm just putting this one in there. Screw it.
Yeah, don't even
Yeah.
need to.
Mario
that.
Kart
you go.
Wii. I really like that one too.
S.
That's
my
an
favorite
S.
of the Mario Karts. S.
Yeah.
I'm up there in the A tier
It's
because
up-
I can't put it above 64. I
No,
personally can't.
For
Oh,
Chris and I
wow.
that's an S for me, and Chris, I believe, said S as well.
yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'd have to go with S.
Then I have
I'd
to.
have to go with that.
I have
It's-
to
it's like-
accept it. I'm not
It was
saying
like
it's
Mario
bad.
Kart.
I'm just
64,
reserving S
but-
for like tippy top, and like I still think 64 was the better one. But either way,
It's going to be hard with Mario Karts. There's a lot of S's and A's. A lot of A's, not all S's. There's only a couple S's.
I can't tell which Mario and Luigi one this is, but this is part of the Superstar Saga stuff. So this is more like JRPG stuff on the handhelds.
So I'll
I
put
never
it not played for me.
Yeah, same.
I've only
But I've heard they're good.
I've only played one. They're okay, but I mean, I'm not gonna. The
Let's
DDR
put
one
it-
I just threw in for fun, but this one I'm just gonna throw in and not play because none of us really have the experience to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Mario is missing. D
I mean,
tier.
I'll accept the D. I'll
D
accept
for
the D.
Never
Dedumacational.
played it.
Dedumacational.
I heard
Where's
is that
Mario?
like Mario's version of Carmen San Diego?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
if
probably the
Carmen
best way of
Sandiego
explaining
was
it.
written and made
Oh, okay.
properly.
Mario Sports Mix. I mean, I don't think any of us have played specifically
Never
that
played.
one. I mean, we've already pretty much gone through them, the good ones anyway. It gets through a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did.
Oh god, now we're getting to the point that I have to start scrolling. Super Mario Maker.
I've
So
played it.
Is it Is this the second one?
It
or
does.
are we doing that
it's
as
a
a
concept
whole?
as well.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm not.
Those
I've
are
never
really
played
good.
it, and I'm not a big fan of the concept because for one thing for Mario, it's like the level progression. It's like when you make your own levels, it's like
Well, this isn't meant to be a game. This is meant to just be like you're dicking around and like challenging yourself.
for me that I would say either I'm not a big fan of the concept, so I'd say either D or not played for
Yeah,
myself.
for me and Chris, I think both of
Oh,
us
I
is
was-
like speedrun aficionados. Like this is like B tier for us because this is like pretty legit stuff.
Yeah, this is either, I was going to say B or even A, because the second one, as it came out, not only can you make your own levels, you don't have to ever make a level. You can go in and only play user levels, and you follow certain users that make super good
It was
levels.
Mario's version of Little Big Planet,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. And they came out and actually added a campaign to the second one. So if you actually just want to play 100 Mario levels built by Nintendo, you absolutely can. And you can make a level original Mario, Super Mario World Mario, new Super Mario Brothers Mario. Like you can make any of these different versions where you're like doing the raccoon tail or the cat suit and all that kind of stuff. Like for me, it's B or A for sure.
Okay. I my vote is sustained, so you guys decide.
It's going in the B.
Yeah, B.
Mario teaches typing 2. Oh man. Is it as good as teaches typing 1 though? That's the real question.
I mean, I would give that to my kid in a heartbeat to teach them typing. I know that.
But is it typing of the dead?
Yes, that
Oh,
game-
never mind. I give up
And
now.
because it's not typing of the dead, it gets an F.
It gets an F.
I don't even know what this. It's literally just Mario's face. So
That looks like Mario Odyssey almost.
I'm
but
gonna
there's
I'm
no
gonna
way
I'm gonna make an
that
extra
might
tier.
be Mario Odyssey.
I'm gonna make an extra tier. And it's just
Mario.
gonna be red. Oh, I changed the color. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay.
No idea.
And it's gonna just say, it's a me.
I like it.
And it's red. There. Done. Problem
Okay.
solved.
Perfect.
It's more Mario Party.
Unless that's Mario Odyssey.
Mario no, I checked because I wasn't sure. No, it's definitely not. Mario Clash on the
It's
Virtual
just
Boy.
Nintendo's-
Wait, is that Mario 3D? Is that Mario 3D for DS?
I have no. Again, it's not a cover, so I can't say.
Okay.
Mario Clash of the Virtual Boy. I don't even know what this is, but it's a Virtual Boy game, so it's an automatic F just by
Yeah.
the rules.
Yeah, no.
Now we go through a bunch of stuff that we haven't done. Oh my god! Now this is where all the parties and the other games are coming in. Oh god. Okay, here. Oh.
S.
Do we-
don't
Is that Mario
even-
Okay,
No,
not-
it's Super Mario 64. Well, it's going in the
Don't
S
even-
tier. It's going to be
Yeah.
questioned to be the greatest of all time, but we'll get to that towards the end.
Oh,
know me.
This is when it gets.
Well, we'll get there down the line. Mario
Oh.
Kart 8, which is that the newest one?
A.
That's
Absolutely.
the newest one.
Yeah, it's
For me,
it's
that one
definitely
is-
an A.
See, that one I like more than the Wii one
So we got an S and two
Personally.
A's.
because they took the. Yeah, they so it's still.
Fuck. I'm torn because I absolutely love them both. I would even put them both into S.
I ain't got time for your questioning period. You got 5 seconds. Make up your mind.
Yeah, he said A. We should go first impressions, first
Yeah.
instincts.
All right.
leave it
More
at-
stuff. Another Japanese thing. I don't fucking know. Don't know. Okay, Super Mario
That's the
Land.
newest one.
Okay, first off,
Hey,
does anybody
that-
play?
I
Has
love
anybody
that
played any more than like one of them? That's the other thing too.
Yes, I played them both. They're
I played both.
Okay,
definitely.
then you guys are on this one
A.
because I've never played others. So this one's Super Mario Land 2.
Oh, A. Absolutely. If
Oh,
not S.
A,
Okay.
A.
New Super Mario Bros. On the DS.
S.
Oh, that.
I have no opinion.
To me, that's A as well.
I would say S, man, because
I'd say A. I say A.
All right, so we have it's
power up.
we have 2 people. I have no vote because I haven't played it. So
I will be okay with either one, but that one has some of the best power ups.
well, this is how we decide it. I'm gonna guess a number between 1 and 10, and whoever gets closest is the one who gets their choice. So Vish has the S, and Chris has the A. So I've got my number,
5.
I'm choosing 8.
and the number is 2. Vish gets S.
Okay. I was trying to go.
I love
halfway
our
between-
horrible methods for deciding like the
I know.
amazingness of games.
I'm not
Is
mad
this
at
the
it.
original Mario Bros? I'm gonna check for covers here.
No, the original Mario Bros. With Mario is about to fall into lava.
I'm just checking because I assume it is. I just want to make sure. It looks like it. So yeah, this is the original like random like battle thing. No, not the original Super Mario Bros. I mean like the Game and Watch level thing.
Like the battles in Mario 3 when you're okay.
I forgot about this. I would put this in the F because I think it's just stupid because it doesn't make any sense.
I would put in D just because it's the original and
no. I'm not valuing original for shit. Original's not that. It's Super Mario. Who cares? All right, fine.
D.
Fine.
I actually like that.
Some more teaching shit. I don't care. Super Mario Maker 2 we've already done. Mario Paint.
Mario Paint.
Average.
Never played it, so I would say I know I got nothing.
I mean, I put it at like a D. It's just it's a gimmick thing.
Okay, so D, I guess.
What did you say, Chris?
I said B. So you can either go D or C.
Well, we average it then. I mean, C is C's average. That works.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart DS.
I would say C.
Good one.
It was okay. Yeah, I can agree with C on that one.
It's not bad, and I like the fact you can play with people wirelessly, playing as Shy Guy. But oh my god, that game's actually fucking painfully rage-inducing hard.
It is hard. It definitely was hard. I was gonna say B, so C is the average. So still stay with C.
Done. Hotel Mario. What the fuck is? Okay, I need to look. This
my
one
god,
up.
that's one of those. That's that
Hotel
Philips
Mario.
CDI. Oh god, that's an F. It's
Oh my god,
Philips
it's
made
this
that
thing.
CDI console. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, it's
okay.
so bad.
I'm putting this up on the browser for a sec. It's this shit.
Like,
It's the fucking like cartoon shit. Oh my god.
yeah, it's bad.
I have never played it. And
Okay.
I don't think I even want to Google it.
F.
It's a hard F. Hard.
Mario
F.
Galaxy 2 S.
Mario Galaxy
that's
2.
I haven't played that one, but I mean, I played Mario Galaxy, and it's only better even than the original. So S.
Yeah,
S.
I can go with that. Does that mean if I pick out Galaxy right now, it's also going S?
Yep, it is.
Where the hell is it? There it is. Ta-da! All right, this is S tier Super Mario RPG. Come on, Chris.
Okay,
S.
I've never played it, but I'm not even gonna bother. Like
You can't
debating
compete
it.
with Final Fantasy Super Mario.
Yeah,
No,
I know. That's what I'm
is
not
an S.
thinking.
Okay, more sports stuff.
The one for the DS, I would say give it a C.
New Super Mario
New
Brothers 2?
Super Mario Brothers 2. Oh,
I didn't know
like
that
one better
existed.
than- It's the one where you collect all the coins. It's all about
It's-
obsession of getting millions and millions and millions of coins.
It's a very much like coin collecting focus, which really I wasn't a big fan of the concept, but it's not terrible. I would say
B. B.
I would say C or B.
Well, you got to make a choice then.
You know what? I'll go with you, bro. It's B.
Okay.
B. All right.
Now a fun one. The old handheld Game & Watch one with the conveyor belts.
D.
Yes.
Just D.
No, honestly, like
It's
D
for what
because
it was
I don't want to
way
give
back
it an F.
then.
It's not.
It was kind of fun. It's like playing all the
Yeah.
Game & Watch games.
It's enough to get a passing grade.
That's what I was saying.
Oh,
enough to
there's
get
the
a-
original Paper Mario. Okay, where do we put it? Okay, that goes in there. Put the original one up there because I'm picky as shit.
Yeah, that.
Fair enough.
Okay, it's more sports. Original Super Mario Kart. I'd say it's a C.
Oh,
Hey.
I go back with it. Like it really hasn't aged well at all, and like it's still good. But I
B.
mean, comparing it to all the others. Okay, so we're going A, B, and C.
Okay. You know what? Let's put it at B.
Yeah. So then
It seems
Yep,
like
we're
the best
averaging it out.
option.
average. yeah,
Okay,
average.
well,
F,
I'm not even gonna
F,
ask.
No,
Yes.
no.
Wait.
Yes.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
I'm in so much pain right now.
All right,
You could
fine.
really-
God,
All right,
like,
fine.
You cannot. You okay.
I am just
Come on.
People on the audio version can be like, "What the
You
fuck's he
can-
doing?" I was leaving it in the F1 just to piss Fish off.
And it was Super Mario 3. people.
Mario's Time Machine is the same as Mario's Missing, pretty much. Oh my god, all these extra things. Did anybody play Captain Toad Treasure Tracker?
Never.
No.
Holy fuck!
don't think
There's
I
like
want
almost
to.
like 50 games and then never played.
I know because there's a lot.
And this is how
Mario
Nintendo
Kart
is
in
still in
VR.
business.
Mario Kart in VR. I mean, I don't know. F for motion sickness.
That would be cool.
I've never played it. Have you?
Oh yeah, it's in the not played.
No.
Super Mario World. That's also
It's
S
Gotta be
tier.
in an
Yeah. Yes. No question
Yes.
about
God,
Yes.
fighting over the goat is going to be hard.
Yeah.
All right,
We're
bunch of
gonna
Dr.
stop being
Mario's.
friends.
Oh my god, all this stuff. Oh my god, a calculator. Okay, nope. Going in the F. Really random weird crap is going in the F tier.
Oh,
I have no
I
idea
had
what
the Mario calculator. It was on.
What the fuck is this thing?
What is that?
I don't know.
It's just
F tier because I don't get it.
some
Fuck.
pipe.
Now I'm just mad. Another Japanese. I think it's a Mario Kart thing on the side. Don't really care. It's
That's
Mario
their
Flats.
arcade.
My
like,
god, there were so many fucking games
Oh my
outside of the
god,
stuff.
this is brutal.
I mean, it's making us go through this quick. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Another Super Mario 3 cover, I guess. I don't fucking know. New Super Mario Brothers U. That one was pretty good. I give that a B.
Oh, that was good. B for sure.
Yeah, B. It had that Luigi expansion.
Super
I think it
Mario's
was
Picross.
the first
I didn't know that was a thing.
Neither did I.
Yes. Oh, to me, A. Oh, I had that. I had it on Game Boy and Super Nintendo. They just added it to Switch.
All right,
Picross
well,
is
I'll
the
do it
best,
for
and
Chris.
the-
I'll be nice. I'll do it for Chris.
if you like Picross,
That-
it's the Picross.
Mario Kart 7. I think that was
That
also a
one.
handheld, right?
That was the DS one.
Yeah, that was 3D. That was the 3DS one.
I have,
Oh,
again,
3D.
I never
That's
played
where
any
they-
of the. I never played any of the.
I would put that in C because it's fucking painfully hard.
B.
I
I'd
just
say B. It's
realized
where they
something.
introduced the hang glider.
I don't think Double Dash is in this.
No, it's not. You know what?
Oh man,
Let's call this one Double Dash, and if that's Double Dash, C.
I mean, I like Double Dash, but I mean, what
If
were you
it's
saying on
Double
this,
Dash,
Chris?
yeah,
Mario
C.
Kart 7?
I was saying B, but C totally works for it. It's the same to me as Mario Kart DS, so if that's where we ended, I'm good with that.
Mario X Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I think this is a neat little
I've
project.
Apparently it's amazing. It's like XCOM,
Yeah,
but it's Mario and the
XCOM.
rabbits.
Like I've never been so frustrated playing a Mario game as I was with that.
is Super Mario 3D World in here? The
Where-
one for the Wii U?
It does, unless it's like a Japanese variant that was on this list. Some of these things aren't included. And again, this is not like a full extensive list. Like this is whatever somebody put together.
Okay, Mario 3D World on the Wii U was actually
I
incredible.
mean, we pretty much put 3D Land up in the A tier. It's pretty much kind of in a similar boat. I mean, am I the only one playing Rabbids?
Yeah,
I
I've
haven't
never
played it. I
so
think I've
honestly,
heard it.
It's up to you.
I'm gonna put it in the B tier because I think is like something like that's definitely taking a chance at something different from Mario games. Like it actually did it really well.
Yeah.
And it's a challenging game for younger audiences too to make them think, which is a really good thing. Okay, get through a couple more things here. Oh, there's a Mario clock. That's got to go in the F tier for what the fuck is this shit? Photos of Mario.
That
who
was
cares?
also on 3DS.
Okay, I think we're finally
I
we're
had
finally down to the
calculated
last
that.
stuff.
Okay,
New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
I would put that in A.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Super Mario Odyssey. Haven't played it, but I feel like it almost should be an
I
S tier
hear
just
it's
because
amazing.
apparently
I
it's
would
amazing.
actually. I played it. I think I haven't finished it, but I heard S for sure.
It's games like that that make me
If you
really
like
upset
Galaxy-
that I'm not getting a Switch probably ever.
Yeah,
It is like Mario Galaxy.
Mario 2, I would put in A or B.
Mario 2
A.
is okay. Considering it's not even a real Mario game, technically, it's
put
not
B
bad. It's probably a B.
It's not bad. Not bad, but I'd say it's
I
a B.
loved it.
I mean, for music, it's an S. God, the music in that game is fucking good.
I
And
love
they use it for most of
I would actually give it an A, but I would definitely understand the B.
What are you saying, Chris? Because I had it at B.
I said B.
Okay.
So let's put it at B.
Super Mario Land, the original.
A. It's
A.
a great game.
And then I know what Vish is going to say, but his opinion doesn't matter here. Super Mario Sunshine.
B.
I say it's an A. I think it takes a lot
Wow.
of amazing chances with that game and does it phenomenally well.
So I'm torn only because I haven't played it, but I know that the camera is annoying.
Well, I mean, if
So
you
I'm
haven't
torn
played
between
it, so
B and
then
A.
we got to do the hidden number trick.
Yeah, and I have it on Switch. Oh, I gotta play it.
So is it just me and Vish then, Chris?
Okay, hidden
All
number.
right. You need a number.
Yeah,
One,
I
number
pick,
1 and 10.
Do I pick a number?
Yeah, you got to pick one.
And is
Well,
this
if I
close
pick it,
to
I can
going
cheat,
over?
can't I?
This is true. All right, I'm gonna pick it, and it's just whoever's closest, regardless if you go over or not.
Yep.
Okay, go.
6.
7.
Okay, Adam, what's your what?
6.
What? 6 and 7?
Mhm.
Is that what I heard?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, it's 3. Adam, you're closest.
Yay! All right.
You-
so
you
we-
both went over. Neither of you win.
so we are now at the end of this list. So we have So other than the
goat.
we'll basically just talk about like the from C to S, so people can refresh. So as a concept, Mario Party. Oh, this is in the C tier, by the way. Mario Party, Mario and Donkey Kong, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario Kart Mario. Oh my God, Super Mario Lost Levels, aka the real number 2, Mario Paint, Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart 7. B tier is Mario Golf as a whole, Dr. Mario as a whole, Mario Tennis as a whole, Paper Mario as a whole, Mario Maker as a whole. God damn, this is gonna kill my voice. Super Mario 2 or Super Mario Bros 2 on DS, the original Super Mario Kart, Super Mario Bros U, Mario X Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and the fake Super Mario 2.
Wait, was Mario Bros 1 never in there?
Oh shit, was it not? This list is really weird. Okay, we're gonna find some. We're gonna find some to put a couple of these.
It's gotta be one of these.
So you know what? Let me find just. Okay,
you know what?
fine.
You said one was just Mario as Mario 1.
No. I gotta leave it there. Cause it's funny now in its own tier. What can I use?
Use the Game and Watch looking thing in the
I don't
Let's
know.
just
The
use Dr. Mario's
game
Mario
gallery
1.
looks old as fuck, so we'll use that as Mario 1. So I'd say that's A
Mario
tier.
1, that's A because that's the one that started it all.
Okay, so we'll do that, and then for
Mario
Catland,
Dr. Mario.
the one that has Peach on it, so I'll just go with that.
That was an A for sure.
That was a pretty good one
Not
too. I
F.
give that an A.
Yeah.
All right, so back on our tier. So A tier now is Mario Kart 64, Mario 3D Land on the 3DS, Mario Kart 8, Mario Land 2, Mario's Picross because Chris, Super Mario Bros. Wii, Super Mario Land the original, Mario Sunshine, original Super Mario, and Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U. And finally, on the S tier, where we have to decide the game of all time out of them, Mario Kart Wii, Super Mario 64, New Super Mario Bros. On DS, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and Super Mario Odyssey. So,
I have an idea.
This is what we're going to do. We are going to have our top 3, and they're going to get ranked by number. So if you vote third, that one gets 1 point. If you vote second, that gets 2 points. If you vote first, that gets 3 points. We'll add them all up, and that will decide it. So you got to pick your best 3 out of what's left on this list.
Okay.
And I have done that. I'm going to take a second here to find some way to write this down because I did not prepare for this.
This is so hard. I have 4 games and I don't know which one to kill to make my list.
Screw it. I'll just remember this.
I'll
have a decent enough memory. I got my 3, so... Does anybody still need a second?
I got mine.
I need a second, but Vishal can go.
Okay. So, so Vish from 3 to 1.
Mario World number 3.
Okay.
Galaxy 1 number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what number 1 is?
So Super Mario 3 is currently at 3 points.
Yep.
Because I know Vish way too well. So we got Mario Bros. 3 with 3, Galaxy with 2, and Super Mario World with 1. I will go next. I will put Super Mario 3 at number 3. I will put Mario World at 2, and I will put Mario 64 at 1. So Mario is still up with
3.
4 points. Mario 64 has 3, and Mario World is 3.
Ooh. Okay, I'm ready.
So Chris is the decider.
Okay, number 3, Mario 64.
Okay, so it is currently there.
Number 2,
Mario World has 3 as well, dude.
No, but it's at 4. They're both at 4.
Oh,
I got this shit, bro.
Number 2, Mario World.
Okay, so Mario World is currently winning, but that could mean...
And number 1 is Mario 3.
So Mario 3 is the greatest of all time. So at that point, that would leave Mario World. So the greatest of all times, there's your top 3.
Did we all vote for those 3?
Galaxy got 1 point.
Oh, Galaxy was.
So let's just do a top 5 for funsies. So Galaxy we'll just put at 4, and then we just got to put one more in at the top at 5th. So.
Well, my number. So everybody's number 4, I guess. Mention that.
Well, 4. I think Galaxy is fine at 4 because it got the point. So we just got to put what we put in 5. Basically, whatever we vote for. I would put RPG personally.
Yeah, my number 4 was RPG, and my number 5 is Odyssey.
And just for the sake, because at this point RPG wins by majority. But Vish, what would have you said?
I would have said Mario Galaxy 2.
Okay.
and Mario Bros for DS.
Okay. So, according to us three schmucks, your top 5 Mario games of all time are Mario RPG, Galaxy, 64, World, and at number 1, Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
with that top 5.
Oh, wait, that's 2. Fuck.
I was saying number
what was I
2
thinking of?
is
Oh, no, that's Mario. Why am I forgetting what the overall. That's the fucking one I was trying to think of. God damn.
Mario 2 is still a great game. It's just
I mean, you look at this
it
tier
wasn't-
list, I mean, pretty much from B up, they're all fantastic games.
yeah.
Yeah.
And even the C's, they're not terrible. It's just those 2 Mario Karts are actually like just they're not user friendly.
I just realized something. You know that Sonic has their anniversary coming up. Oh, that tier list is going to be fun because it's not going to be who's the best. It's like how many Fs are there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We all know the S. It goes like S.
Anything okay,
F.
here's what it is. Sonic Adventure and before, legendary. Anything after, absolute fucking garbage.
Well, I mean, not everything, but most, yeah.
Everything. But there's
Okay,
only like
98% after Sonic Adventure, absolute fucking garbage.
after Sonic Adventure. Well, Sonic
Don't
Adventure 2
take
was
shots
good,
at
but then you
Sonic
end
Boom, sir. Actually,
That
you
was
know what?
not
Take
good.
all the
But
shots
I
at
will
Sonic Boom.
say,
Is that the one where Knuckles
gonna be-
looks like he's on steroids?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, it'll be Generations and Sonic Mania. They're the only good Sonic games that came. Well, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Part 2 was decent. Either way, that'll be a fun list.
Well, there were so many there that were like pretty much non-existent.
Rings, Werehog, Mario, Sonic Heroes. It's a Me's going to number 1.
Yep.
Oh, that was fun. That we have to do this more often with other
Oh my god,
franchises.
yes.
The hardest
Yeah,
one.
it won't be
though, I would
nearly as
say.
long as this one was, but
Because
one
I think
is
it's
tough.
like with us, like with Zelda, Zelda's pretty sparse in their releasing. And
you say that, but there's a lot of handhelds too.
oh, I get that. And
There's a lot more than you think there is.
Or Sword Adventures.
Yeah, there's definitely some extras in there that I'm sure a few people have forgotten.
BRB.
I mean, this podcast is basically over.
Oh, okay. I'll wait then. All
The tier list is done, sir.
Was it?
right. Well, this was awesome. This needs to happen like again.
I know. I mean, the tier list idea is like so out of date compared to like the internet, but you know,
Yeah,
I
true.
was in a
We
pinch
should-
and I needed something. I'm like, you know what? It is Mario's 35th anniversary. We should do like I was first thinking like a top 5, and then I'm like, wait, somebody's probably done a good tier list of them. And then apparently,
This is-
unless I just can't read some of these things, because the cover isn't there, the original Super Mario is somehow not on there, which is just stupid.
Yeah.
Double match, I don't see.
We
There's
should
a
do one
couple
of these
weird
for the,
omissions.
we should do one of these for the MCU.
You know what we could probably do as well? We could probably, when the new consoles come out, do a console tier list.
Ooh, that would be fun too. Also, you
Anything
guys
that's
know what
not
this
Super
means,
Nintendo
right?
and Place.
What? What does it mean?
If you go to that not played list, this is everything we need to play by the end of the year.
Well,
All
no.
of it.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, are you kidding me?
See, the problem too is that like okay,
definitely
most of the
BRB.
not played is basically just a bunch of games of part of the same series. But like, I'd be hard pressed to find people that have played multiple Mario parties, like more than half of them. Same with all the sports games. Like, there's same with a lot of them. Like, I'm sure there are people that have like I've played every Mario and Luigi game, but it's like we only got so much time, and most of us aren't even Nintendo gamers. Like, since we were kids, like most of us grew up on Nintendo, but nowadays it's not nearly as big because obviously PC gaming is what it is, and Sony and Xbox have done what they've done, so it's become more of a flip-flop game. Like, I've had like so many different consoles. I went from 64 to PS2 to Xbox 360 to PS4, and now I'm going PS5. So it's like Nintendo has not been well, I have had a Wii and a Wii U, but never played them nearly as much. That was the other thing too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I had Nintendo consoles, but they were never my like priority. When I became a hardcore gamer, it was always like either Xbox or PlayStation.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's where the hardcore games are. I mean, Switch is better now. There's a lot of hardcore games, but they're Well, they're going to be last generation, obviously.
Yeah, I wish that I had some more disposable income so I could finally have just justified grabbing one, because I really do want to play Odyssey and Breath of the Wild and Fire Emblem Three Houses. Like, there's definitely some games there. It's like, man, I'm really upset that I'm not getting around to playing them. But
Well, one day I'll lend it to you because I will be overwhelmed.
one day you'll
With how
have
many
your
games.
PS5. You'll be busy with that. And you'll be like, hey, you want to play Switch for a while? I'm like, shit, that's not a bad idea. I just finished Cyberpunk. But then I'll have Trails 4 to do too. Oh man, now I'm gonna be pulling a Chris trying to find time to play shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry your backlog of 3 games is so hard for you. God.
Yeah, but all my games are long as shit.
Yeah, true.
That's the issue.
That's the thing. My backlogs take forever because most of them are 100-hour games.
With Adam, one game is like 3 games or 4 games for me. For me, and a 3 to 2
Oh, I mean,
games.
fuck. I was talking
Chris.
about Trails 3 for like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, my games are long. I've been playing a lot of like 60-hour games, I'd say lately, but not Trails, sorry, of Cold, whatever. Like, oh my
Trials of Cold Steel.
God. I was thinking
Trails
Trials,
of the Legend of Zelda Odyssey, starring Solid
Gomon.
Snake.
You can love it.
Man,
By
it makes
EA
me think, like,
Sports.
obviously we have games like Super Smash Bros. Who are going to announce a new character tomorrow, apparently, as well.
That'll be news
I
for next
would
week.
I
love-
think it's gonna be Crash.
I would salivate
Yeah, I
at the
think it's gonna be Crash,
opportunity
too.
for a game of like a Mario, or not a Mario, a Nintendo RPG, like a crazy RPG with like Nintendo like stars, like having a party of like Link, Samus, and fucking like Mario all in one party.
That is the dream.
that
What you just
would
described is the dream.
You know what? What game would be? What concept would be great for that? A game like Marvel Ultimate Alliance with Nintendo characters.
It'll work.
Probably could.
Or Mario RPG, the original.
The only reason I say
Just do
RPG is because it's very simplistic and you don't have to worry about making several different kinds of gameplay. Because
No,
that's
it's
the-
not.
it's-
It's not just that with the RPG element.
no,
they
but if you're talking Ultimate
gradually-
Alliance, Vish, like Samus isn't a melee person, so you'd have to go shooting. It's just the idea of you'd have to do a lot of different mechanics all of a sudden. It's the reason why I think a lot of people really struggle with Avengers right now, because there's probably one character you actually like playing as, and some of the others just don't feel right.
Well, it's. I would say I think it's very dual because they could use a Smash formula.
No, but what I mean is,
where
like, there's a
there's
reason
2
why
different
Ultimate
attacks.
Alliance and X-Men Legends would always work, because they all operated the same. It was just hit button to beat the shit out of shit.
Well, Samus would still do it. It's just her one blaster would be weaker than her rockets or her.
I mean, they
as
could
she
do
goes
it.
along.
I'm just going in the sense of, like, if you're going to take on a project that big, you might as well do it so you have the least amount of work possible when you have to worry about so many other things. Because now you got to tell a story that's cohesive with all of them. You got to give them all ample, like, fair time in their design and stuff. So if you suddenly have to give them different gameplay mechanics, good lord, like, you can easily just feel like you put more attention to one thing over the other. And Nintendo fanboys are not very forgiving. So
I say make both. Make an RPG, make the Ultimate Alliance version, and make a version of Skyrim, but you play as like a Nintendo character in Skyrim first person.
so basically just make The Legend of Zelda Skyrim.
Yeah, I'd choose Link. But I mean, imagine being Samus, it becomes basically Metroid Prime 4.
Can you imagine a much more open Metroid Prime?
Oh,
Ooh.
Like, not just being limited to a spaceship, like actually being on a planet.
oh.
I mean, I think
Can you imagine an open
I
world
think you
Pokemon?
do that in Metroid Prime games, but I don't think nearly to the extent that we're assuming like an Assassin's Creed game is right now, for example.
Yeah. Or like
I
freaking
think it
Elder
would
Scrolls.
be.
Huge.
I think it'd be cool to make a Metroid game like
Actually,
a Metal
fuck it.
Gear game.
Make a Metroid game in the style of Mass Effect. Third-person shooter, fucking
Yes.
like open world space epic. Fucking let's
that
do it.
would be
Yeah.
fucking incredible.
That would be amazing.
Oh
But
my
most
God,
importantly,
that would be amazing.
most importantly, we need Metroid Golf.
I mean,
Why
I'd
does
play
this-
it.
Would it be
Why does
frisbee
this-
golf because they shoot the frisbee?
Why does
Wait a
it
minute,
sound
Mario Golf, but
more
each-
fun than it should be?
Oh, what if they did Mario Golf, but they just made the different, like Nintendo Golf? So all the different courses are different themes based on different games
I mean,
instead
that'd
of
be
just
pretty
Mario
sick too.
themed.
Like just doing
Okay,
sports
so-
game, like doing a golf game that's like literally all the major characters.
A Brinstar level?
Yeah, that'd be fucking sick. The
Yeah,
water trap would
golf
be
with
lava.
your
Oh my
friend.
God.
The waters would be lava. It'd be fucking sick.
The floor is made of
Nintendo
lava.
Golf with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
so many
that
good
is-
Nintendo ideas.
Why does that sound so good? Nintendo, you listen to us? You better fucking make this shit.
Nintendo doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode of the VCR Podcast, aka the oh my god, we love Mario games so much. Why can't Nintendo put them everywhere so we don't have to buy more consoles?
Yeah,
because there's a shit ton we never played before.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot that we still haven't gotten around to. But you know, that was back in the day, especially a lot of those games, that was back in the day when we didn't have the reins of what we could spend our money on. So yeah, we kind of missed out on a few things.
We have money?
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. In these trying times. I mean, Chris is about to have a big influx of money before he spends it again, but you know.
Yeah, here's some money. Just kidding.
Look,
That's how it goes.
Look, I'm just saying, cash for life, bro. Cash for life. I wish.
God, I want that so bad.
Oh, man.
Well, this has been the VCR Podcast. Thank you so much for checking us out. If you are listening on an audio service after this thing has been already uploaded, I apologize for forgetting to put the last week's episode up until yesterday. Oops. That's
you did it again.
That's my bad. But if you are listening to this, hopefully a couple of days after we stream this, knock on all the wood. If you are listening to this on any service, you can give us a rating. Please do so. Otherwise, just share with all your friends. We are available on many, many, many platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Google Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, and many, many more. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to my channel for more content, both with this podcast and with my solo stuff. And then if you are looking to get to the live stream, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/askcsradical is where we stream. I mean, it was supposed to be 8 p.m., but somebody's always running late because he claims tech issues. But I think he was just whacking it off, to pictures of Princess Peach before we started all this. So
they were dick
Excuse me,
issues.
Zelda is way hotter than Peach.
Okay, Daisy for the win. That's the bar I'm setting.
No, what about that? Who's the one from Galaxy?
Oh, Rosalina.
She's the hottest of the Mario ones.
Vishal wants Midna and like the little demon version.
Oh, okay. No. We're getting away from bestiality before it's too late. All right.
Wait, what about the blue one at the end of 12?
Nope, not giving you a chance. That's
Midna.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was hot at the end.
Ugh.
Yeah, right.
It's not the same thing. Oh god, we have one viewer in the chat. Oh my god, a squirrel. I totally forgot you were in the chat. So thank you so much for checking out the show, dude. You said 5-star rating for me. I'm like, well, okay, hang on.
You.
Typing it. The check will be in the mail. So yeah,
And
this
Adam just ruined our credibility.
if
we had any.
Credibility, he says. We're going to end on the best joke we've ever had on this show. So thank you so much for checking out the VCR Podcast. We will see you next week when maybe we'll have a new tier list, or at the very least, maybe some fucking interesting news to talk about because it was a little bit dead this week. So thank you so much for checking us out, everybody.
It was very sweet.
And we will see you next week. Have a good one, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Cheers.